Talk a little bit about the overlap grip in the context of I'm going to do a history on overlap grip eventually, but I've been doing it for 45 years, and I learned it from a guy named Johnny Gobbo, a teammate of mine, for a couple of years, and he was a legend in A and B ball around here in Florida. He was what I call a franchise player. But there's nuances in the overlap grip, and I'm not going to go into all of them. And this is not overlap grip. You see the guys down here on the handle, and Mike Masinko sent me a guy that he said he did overlap grip. Now, what's the advantage of that, Chuck, doing that? Is there any advantage to that? That's not overlap grip, it's just this hand's along for the ride, The overlap grip is getting down and making the lever longer. But the way I do it, now I hear him talking about one finger off, two fingers off. Now I taught you, Chuck, and I taught you like this, I think, right?
Yes, one finger off.
Well, no, I do it all in the middle, see?
Right.
And it's like three fingers. Well, no, I guess it is two fingers off, But, and I got it in my fingers here, but the key that I don't think the nuance is that when that bat's in my hand, you see how loose it is? I don't grip this like that. Are you gripping it like that? Are you gripping it hard?
No.
Now when you swing, is that bat got that flex in it when you go around? Like you try to whip it.
Right.
Yeah. And what Johnny told me was that when you get it out here, the bat will go like this. This is bat before all these bats. The bats are loaded now, so it does that trampoline effect, right? Well, the overlap grip with that bat like that will give you not only the leverage, but it gives you, I think, and I don't know for sure, but I think it gives you an extra trampoline effect.
Yeah, extra snap.
Well,
I mean, because when you're coming to the ball, you're behind it, but then when it gets around, it just kind of like.
Oh yeah.
You just.
And it's easier to do.
It's like fly fishing.
But you're not grip. Yeah, I like that. It's like fly. But the snap, and when it's loose in your bottom, you able to go fast. Gary, come on in here because you're a big overlap grip guy. You've been doing it.
Well,
for
I want to share one thing.
Okay,
the thing about
come
this
on in.
is that when I first started doing the overlap grip, I was holding my hands like this, where the V was pointing out sideways, and then John Ferrante told me.
John Ferrante.
Ferrante, okay. Told me about putting the V to your shoulder, just like golf, to the shoulder, and that kept my arm in instead of me trying to chicken wing it out, and then I end up casting my bat. When you turn it in, you got the elbow in, and it brings your hands across your chest.
See, when I taught you guys to do the overlap grip, I was never that specific, Let me see how you do it now, big man.
I mean, well, I'm gonna lay that finger off like most people and everything, and then I just kind of come up, just grab it. My elbow's down. I don't like full chicken wing up and everything, but my elbow's down. And what Chuck was saying, that's how I do it as well. I kind of come in here, and it just keeps that elbow down. Nice.
And how do you think it helps you to?
Well, it increases that width. I mean, which is going to in effect increase your bat speed.
Yeah,
and all of that is going to actually increase the trampoline effect, like you were saying earlier. So absolutely, it increases that trampoline effect by virtue of getting more bat speed.
You're holding it loose in your hand, right?
Oh yeah.
When you come around here, it's not tight.
Definitely
I've seen other guys, like they get stickum. If you put stickum on your glove and put it in there, I think it's negating some of the aspects of the value of the overlap grip. Now, DeMarini, he uses the overlap grip, or he rest in peace. Ray DeMarini was like 5'6", 180, and he had a lot of good mechanics, and he could hit it out with some of the, well, I don't know, he had about I don't know if he could hit it out 310, but I didn't personally know Ray. I looked up to it. But the one thing about Ray DeMarini, he made one of the best bats in the world. We were sponsored by DeMarini back when we were 50, and that was the best bat. Did you swing at DeMarini, the double wall?
I did. When they went to the double wall, that changed the game. I mean, that bat was, it was big time in softball. It's like about to change the game. Then, of course, when they went to composites, it changed the game again. But no, Ray DeMarini was the man back in the day, and like I told you in one of my videos, that's why I started the overlap grip. he had a video out called "Swing Like a
Swing,
Softball."
I watched that 3 times
Did ya?
now. It's kind of funny. You know, it's hilarious, man.
It's like
But-
you're watching one of those old timey TV shows and everything. But
yeah, that's what it was.
but I mean, you know, it was good. It gave me the concepts of the overlap grip, and I started doing it. And so that's the history.
Yeah, so the overlap grip really changed your game, right?
It did. I mean, it was. It definitely gave me more flight, more carry with the ball product. I'd say about anywhere from 30 to 50 feet.
And I heard you talk. You know, I believe that you can have better control with the hand on the back of the end of the bat, the barrel. Okay, but I don't think it restricts you from going to the opposite field. You go to the opposite field just as well as anybody.
Yeah, no, I would totally agree with that. It's like obviously and everything, physics. The bigger that lever is, the more control I've got of that bat head, but the slower that lever is. But as I go down and everything, continue going down and everything to the overlap grip, I might lose a little bit of control, but with practice, yeah, you can absolutely go backside. You can do anything you want with it, but it just takes work. Anything you do in softball, I think I heard you sit there and say, is like, anybody can have any swing they want in softball, but if they put in the work, they can make it work for them. They might not be maximizing their power, but they can be a good hitter with whatever they're doing.
Yeah, well, I've seen, well, Frank, right? Frank is not a power hitter. He's about a $150 and 5'6", little small. But hell, that's Dean Marini size, 5'6". He was hitting it out. But it's all about the mechanics, what you're doing. As well said. That's my definition of the art of hitting. And the art of hitting is help when you're as big as Chuck and this guy.
Ask her about.
Oy.
Man, oh man.